This is Ashley Cobb. I am an LPN to BSN student at Indiana State University in the Community Health Nursing course, and this is Health Education Project number 1, which will be focused on prevention of carbon monoxide poisoning. Learning objectives for this presentation include explaining what carbon monoxide is and how it affects public health, stating sources of carbon monoxide in the home, identifying signs and risk factors for carbon monoxide poisoning, listing ways to prevent accidental carbon monoxide poisoning, and discussing ways to reduce accidental carbon monoxide poisoning deaths. We'll be stopping here for you to take a pretest to assess your knowledge about carbon monoxide poisoning prevention. A link to the pretest was provided at the beginning of this YouTube video. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas that can kill you. Fumes produced by burning fuel contain carbon monoxide. Some common sources that you may find even in your home are vehicles, small engines, stoves, lanterns, generators, grills, fireplaces, gas ranges, furnaces, and tobacco smoke. Fumes from these things can build up indoors and poison not only the people, but the animals living within the home. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. At least 430 people die from carbon monoxide poisoning every year in the United States. Approximately another 50,000 people are seen every year in emergency departments across the nation, resulting in over 4,000 inpatient admissions annually. According to the CDC, carbon monoxide poisoning is entirely preventable. One of the news stories that stood out to me during my research in carbon monoxide poisoning is a family of 7 who died in northern Minnesota late last year. When they were called to the home, the bodies of all 7 of the people in the home had a red appearance, which is consistent with carbon monoxide toxicity. When the detectives began investigating that case, they found 2 sources of carbon monoxide poisoning within the house. One was a furnace and another was a vehicle that had been parked in the home's garage. Sadly, there was a detached carbon monoxide detector which had been replaced by a smoke-only detector. Had that carbon monoxide detector been attached and functional, all 7 of those deaths could have been completely preventable. Signs and symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning may go ignored because they can mimic flu symptoms such as headache, dizziness, weakness, upset stomach, vomiting, chest pain, confusion, and loss of consciousness. Additionally, people that are intoxicated or are already sleeping when exposure begins may not notice their symptoms, and that leads to increased risk of death. Because those sources of carbon monoxide are found in everybody's home, we're all at risk for carbon monoxide poisoning. However, some people may be at higher risk than others. People with chronic health conditions such as respiratory problems, chronic heart disease, and anemia are at increased risk, as well as unborn babies and infants, and people who use alternative heat sources in the home. Alternative heat sources such as wood-burning stoves and generator-powered devices and space heaters that run on propane, those kinds of things, provide an increased risk to carbon monoxide poisoning. What happens if you think you've been exposed to carbon monoxide? Immediately, you should remove yourself and your family and pets from your house or the building. If someone is unconscious and cannot leave, opening windows and doors to bring in fresh air while calling 911 can improve their likelihood of survival. Additionally, the Poison Center hotline is free and open 24/7 and is staffed by healthcare professionals, and that phone number is 1-800-222-1222. Additionally, you should go to the hospital right away because when you breathe in large amounts of carbon monoxide, your body begins to replace the oxygen in your blood, which eventually can lead to unconsciousness and then death. How can you prevent carbon monoxide poisoning? Again, carbon monoxide poisoning is entirely preventable. Some of the things that you can do to make sure that you're preventing carbon monoxide poisoning in your home is to make sure that your carbon monoxide detector is operational and that the batteries are not dead, and this should be done at least every 6 months. You should have your heating system, your water heater, any other gas, oil, or coal burning appliances serviced by a qualified technician at least annually to make sure that there's not a malfunction that could cause a buildup of carbon monoxide in your home. You should keep vents and flues free of debris because those ventilation lines can become blocked again, increasing the risk of carbon monoxide buildup in your home. You should never leave the motor running on a vehicle that's parked in an enclosed space or the garage that's attached to your home. You should never run a motor vehicle, generator, pressure washer, or any other gasoline-powered engine within 20 feet of an open window or door anywhere where that exhaust vent could get trapped in an enclosed area. Should not use grills, hibachis, lanterns, or camping stoves inside of an enclosed space such as your home, a tent, or a camper. You should not run any generator, power, pressure washer, or any other gasoline-powered engines inside of your basement, your garage, or any other enclosed structure, even if you think it's ventilated with the doors and windows being open. And if you suspect carbon monoxide poisoning, you should immediately call 911 or a healthcare professional. Some of the public health initiatives in support of carbon monoxide prevention. So laws vary by state that require carbon monoxide alarms in homes. In Washington state, any new build or any house that's being sold has to have an operational carbon monoxide detector. There's some grandfather laws in place, such as like if somebody's lived in a house prior to 2009 and it's not being sold, there's nothing saying that they need to have an operational carbon monoxide detector. The CDC has so many resources out there, fact sheets in multiple languages, prevention guidance handouts in multiple languages, public service announcements targeted to things such as power outages, and then radio campaigns and television commercials that are released to the public. Some communities have free carbon monoxide detector programs for specific demographics such as elderly people. And then November 5th through the 12th is National Carbon Monoxide Awareness Week, where Safe Kids Worldwide teams up with Kitty and the National Association of State Fire Marshals to increase awareness on carbon monoxide poisoning. We're going to stop here and take a post-test to assess your knowledge about carbon monoxide poisoning prevention. Again, a link to the post-test was provided in the links at the beginning of this video. A flyer with links to resources is also available in the link at the beginning of this video, and it is entitled Carbon Monoxide Poisoning Prevention. The links take you to the CDC, which has many great carbon monoxide poisoning prevention resources available, and a link is provided here on this slide as well.